Live from Sin City, it's the Socks and Pinstripes Podcast. And now, here's the star of the show, Giant Dr. Griffin!
This is Giant Dr. Griffin, back with another episode of the Socks and Pinstripes Podcast. We're recording today on Valentine's Day, which is always one of the fun days for us single folks. And
yeah. Well, I'm taking myself to some movies, so I'm taking myself on a date today.
well, I am probably going to get a heart-shaped pizza from Jet's Pizza today, which I didn't even know they were doing, but
Oh, that's awesome.
planning on
I
going
love
there
that.
anyway.
Yeah, when in Rome, I mean.
Yeah. I didn't know they did this because I don't remember them doing it last year.
Ted, I want a heart-shaped pizza.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they have a Jets Pizza in your area, I don't know if they have them up in Seattle or not, but take a look if you got them.
Dude, I'm just looking up heart-shaped pizza in Seattle today and seeing what pops up.
They are always that meme card that they make every time of year. You want ladies, you want a guy who doesn't play games, and they send a photo of Anthony Rendon.
Nice.
Well, for this late in the year, we got a lot of news points today, even before we get to our covering of the NL East, which is the division of this week. And we're going to start with some sad news. Former Kansas City Royal Terrence Gore died during a routine surgery.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
I always forget that can happen still.
Yes, and a lot of people don't want to go under surgery, but he was like 35 years old.
Jeez, do they know what happened, or?
Well, he had complications with the surgery. It was supposed to be like a routine surgery, and he just had complications, and he died.
Huh. I mean, do they know if it was because of the anesthesia, or?
I don't know the specifics on that. I imagine there could be like a wrongful death lawsuit if something like that was going on.
Yeah, probably.
They might not talk about the details on that sort of thing.
That makes sense. Yeah, that checks out.
So, rest in peace, Terrence Gore. That was horrible to hear about.
Seriously.
Because we're going to be talking about a lot of guys on this episode are getting surgery. So it's just something that's on the back of people's minds. You just hope it's not them.
Yeah. On Valentine's Day, no less. So.
Well, I mean, he didn't die today, but we're talking about it today.
I don't know, man. Might as well have died today. So.
Oh, okay. All right. There's also a report that Emmanuel Clase was apparently through in some of the playoff games through those pitches.
Oh,
it's kind of wild to think about.
I mean, I don't know. The thing for me with that is it's just the first pitch, or it's just a pitch, and he wasn't losing. It's not like he was betting on losing or winning. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, we've figured out that I take a much more lenient stance on gambling than I guess anyone else does. So
yeah. Well, here's another interesting one. Nick Castellanos. It's been widely reported for the last few months now that he was not going to be playing for the Phillies again this year. And It was kind of released earlier this week that, Nick, don't show up to spring training. You're done. And then the next day, he was formally released. And as of this morning, he actually signed a 1-year deal with the Padres.
Oh, okay. We'll see if he plays better in San Diego, because pretty streaky up in Philadelphia.
And Phillies, of course, are going to be paying the bulk of his salary because of the fact that they outright released him, and nobody wanted to pay him $20 million this year.
That also checks out.
So the Padres are basically getting a look at him for the league minimum.
Nice. All right. Good for the Padres.
Yeah, can't really hurt them.
If they get any production out of him, he'll make the team better. So.
Yeah, and you just gotta hope that he doesn't have any beers in the dugout, because that was apparently something that led to his exit.
Really? So Philadelphia didn't want him anymore because the guy's just drinking some beers while playing baseball, huh?
Well, what happened was, and Nick wrote some letters like online documenting his side of the story about what happened was, but apparently there was an incident with a game in Miami where he was taken out of the game due to like a defensive situation because he's not a great defender.
Yeah.
And he was out of the game, so he went into the clubhouse, he grabbed a beer, and apparently he went out and sat on the bench with the beer.
Oh, nice. Dude, baseball is probably this is also why I love baseball, is probably literally the only professional sport in America where there's beer in the clubhouse.
Yeah, see, like to me, I feel like having a beer after you've been taken out of the game and you're not allowed to come back in, I feel like that's a non-issue.
Yeah. I mean, I
And
wouldn't, I guess because it was in the dugout is why they were mad about it. I don't know.
yeah,
So,
and apparently after that they basically benched him after that, and he ended I think a 500 game or something, or I don't remember exactly how long he played, but it was well over a couple of seasons of him playing together.
oh, geez.
Like yeah, so he was not too happy about that, and I think they decided to move on
Yeah.
because he wasn't that good anyway.
Yeah, I feel like they just use that as an excuse because they wanted to move on.
Oh,
So,
sure, yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't care if he was hitting 40 home runs a year. If Bryce Harper did that, nobody would care.
if Shohei Ohtani did it, no one would care. Shohei Ohtani could probably show up to a game drunk and they'd still just play him and be like, yeah, whatever. It's Japan. They think differently over there.
Yeah, yeah. It just depends. It all depends on how good you are and
Yeah.
what you will put up with.
Hmm.
So we got to go through a bunch of free agency moves here. Marcelo Zuna, he signed a 1-year deal with the Pirates.
Oh, wow. The Pirates are going to be like sneaky good this year.
I don't know. I don't know if they've got enough at bats, but they're certainly trying a little bit more than they have in the past. I'll give them
I
that
mean, they're
much.
better than they were last year. So,
Yes, I will. I will say they have added a few bats that should make them better for sure.
yeah.
I just don't know if it's going to be enough to do anything with Skeens during his prime window.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
We've got Chris Paddock. Just say no to just playing him ever as a fantasy player. Just don't bother with that. I learned the hard way about that. He's going to be having his pizza time down in Miami with the Marlins.
Oh, nice. Okay. Are they
Eric
going to make
Fed,
him a heart-shaped pizza for training day?
they might have to if he's pitching tomorrow. His whole
Yeah, okay.
ritual was that he would eat a pizza the night before, and maybe he should wait until after he pitches to have the pizza.
Well, I guess Castellanos should have just had the beer before he got fired. So
Yeah. Eric Fetty is back with the White Sox, which is where he kind of came in from before he got traded to the Cardinals.
okay.
Nick Martinez is signing with the Rays, and that could be a sneaky good move for them because Martinez was pretty solid a couple years ago with the Reds.
Oh, nice.
And going down to the Trop is supposed to be a much easier park to pitch in as a pitcher.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Because, of course, Cincinnati is notorious for giving up a lot of home runs.
Yeah, so we'll see. At least should do better just based on that. So
Yeah. Two pitchers that are not going to probably be doing better because of where they're going to. Jose Quintana and Tomoyuki Sagano have signed with the Rockies.
oh, nice. So their ERA is going to jump by at least one. So
Yeah, and they are soft throwing pitchers from what I understand. So
oh man, tee him up, baby.
yeah, it could be bad.
Playing T-ball in Colorado.
We've got Evan Phillips back with the Dodgers, as is Kike Hernandez because he always gets to announce he's back with the Dodgers.
Nice. Well, that will be. Dodgers are just going to have him on the roster for October, anyways, because that's the only time he ever plays. So
Yeah, he's basically just a super utility player they can just throw in there whenever.
yeah, like Kike, we need to give in the month of September. We're going to give everyone a rest going into October, and then we'll play you for the first two series because that's when you just absolutely destroy baseball. And then we'll give you another ring, and you can decide if you want to retire or not.
I mean,
So,
that's pretty much what the Dodgers have been doing. They're gonna be doing that with their pitching staff this year. That's why like I kind of
oh,
laugh at
talk about manipulating the IL. They just basically rested everyone after the All-Star break. Everyone was injured until October, essentially. So,
yeah, they're not rushing Blake Snell back. They're saying he still kind of has arm fatigue and he hasn't pitched since October.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're he's not gonna be ready to start the year. So the Dodgers, like at this point, like they wouldn't care if they got like 50 innings out of like their group of guys, maybe with the exception of Yamamoto.
Yeah.
They could just say as long as those 50 innings are like in September and October, they wouldn't care.
Okay.
They'll figure out a way to get to 90 wins with like their crop of youngsters and Otani throwing 3 to 4 innings a start now,
Yeah.
and we will eventually talk the WBC. It's just I've kind of been waiting until we get closer to the WBC before we talk about it. We might have a more of a bigger episode about that,
Yeah, that
but
makes sense.
I know Otani's not pitching there. I know that I've been kind of following it, but now is not the time to talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, now after that distraction, Max Muncy is back with the Dodgers too. He signed a another extension, so he's gonna be with them through 2027 as well.
All right. Well, he played so well for him last year. I think you'd have to at least give him another shot at it. So, yeah,
Yeah,
it's not like they can't afford to just go out and buy whoever they want to play third at the All-Star break either. So,
well, the thing is, he started playing a lot better once he got the glasses.
yeah. So maybe he just couldn't see. So,
Yeah, it's a big shocker. He can't see the ball hit the ball.
yeah. Or he could have tried maybe he didn't like contacts or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Contacts are one of those things where like they either work or they don't, and I couldn't ever get contacts to work for me. I couldn't put them in my eyes.
Yeah. I could always put them in my eye, but they always just felt weird. So,
Hmm. We have a big victory lap that we gotta do here because we both predicted Chris Bassett going to the Baltimore Orioles, and it happened this week.
yeah, dude, we nailed that.
Not as big of a victory lap as I'm gonna take for saying Kyle Tucker going to the Dodgers, but
Yeah, that's
still a
true.
pretty good one.
Yeah.
He signed for a 1 year, 18.5 million. So
Oh,
that's a
nice.
lot more than I was expecting him to get.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's gonna be their number one pitcher. I don't know who else you're gonna put at number one over there. So,
I mean, or Trevor Rogers had a very good year there last year, but yeah,
yeah,
the Orioles don't really have an ace.
yeah. So they still don't really have an ace, but Chris
No, they
Bassett's their
don't.
closest thing. So,
No, they don't. I don't think this is going to work out super great for them.
well, he spent all
Uh,
last year injured, so maybe he's ready to go this year. We'll see. So,
I mean, I still think he pitched a lot of innings. I just think he wasn't as effective as a starter down the stretch, and he was really effective as a bullpen arm for the
yeah,
Blue Jays.
yeah, he really did pitch really well out of the bullpen.
And speaking of the Blue Jays, Anthony Santander is having shoulder surgery, and he's going to be out 5 to 6 months.
Oh, so he's not gonna play again. Perfect.
I mean, he might play later on in the season, but they thought he was healthy, and then apparently not. And they may have known he wasn't really healthy and not really leaking it out to the media.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Same thing with I suspect with Reese Olson of the Tigers because he is done for the season.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I think he's having Tommy John surgery.
Okay. Bye. Bye, Reese. Feel better.
And welcome back, Justin Verlander.
Oh, it's
Because
Verlander's going one more year, huh?
Verlander is doing a one more year in Detroit, 13 million with 11 million deferred.
Oh, he's coming back to the Tigers.
Yes.
Oh, this is his last year then, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean this certainly seems like it. I mean, he's already 43 years old. I mean, how much longer is he gonna go before he starts doing the Rich Hill thing?
Well, I think he just wants to end his career in Detroit too, where he started. So
Yeah, I mean they certainly have a shot at winning it this year. They're going all in, it seems like, with the last year of Scooble most likely there.
yeah, that's true.
Joey Loperfido was traded back to the Astros for Jesus Sanchez. He is with the Blue Jays.
Oh man, can you imagine? Sorry, I just had this thought. If Justin Verlander teaches Tarek Skubal how to throw that beautiful curveball that he throws, that will be a really good pitch for him to have.
Yeah, man. Just imagine Tarek Skoob with one more out pitch.
Yeah, and he throws that high fastball really well, so working the curveball off of it would just really be frustrating as a hitter, you would think. So
I mean, I just imagine if Paul Skeens had another out pitch. I'm
yeah.
sure he's probably working on one.
Dude, someone needs to teach Paul Skeens the Sandy Koufax curveball. So
Maybe ask Clayton Kershaw. He's got nothing else really to do right now.
right,
Probably
he's taught everyone on the Dodgers how to throw it because now every Dodgers pitcher now throws that beautiful 12-6 curveball. All of them. So
I know we were going to talk about the WBC, but Kershaw, although he did retire, he will be pitching in the WBC.
no, okay,
So possibly they'll be together at least to talk shop about that.
yeah, yeah, and they're both lefties too. So
All right, so let's get back to the trade here because it's strange when a team will trade a prospect and then trade for them back a couple years later.
yeah, that is kind of interesting.
I kept hearing that the Red Sox and Astros were in talks about trying to get Isak Paredes, and I think the Red Sox wanted to give up Jared Duran, but the Astros wanted Willie Abreu.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you recall, but Willie Abreu was an Astros prospect. He was one of the guys sent over in the Christian Vasquez deal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, everybody like railed on Chaim Bloom for trading Vasquez mid-series to the Astros, but Abreu has definitely been worth the trade there.
Yeah, he plays he's been playing better and better every year.
Yeah, I believe he's won a Gold Glove on the defensive side too.
Oh
Very good
wow.
player
Okay.
for them.
Yeah. Better than Matsutaka Yoshida or whoever that other guy is.
Yeah, Yoshida is one of those guys I feel like got kind of a bit of a raw deal there because they didn't really get once the organizational structure changed from Bloom to Breslow, it kind of shifted him out into the back burner, and I'm sure he
Yeah.
wanted to actually play a lot more and really deserves an opportunity to play more.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Mariners should trade for him. They love the whole DH thing. That's like
Well,
their favorite thing. So
they turned down a deal for Tristan Casas and Yoshida for Luis Castillo last year.
oh yeah, that's right. That would have been a good trade actually.
Yeah, they would have gotten rid of some money, and who knows, man? Casas might still be a decent prospect had he not gotten that knee injury this year. He might have turned it around.
Oh yeah, and the other thing is too is like we don't need all five. I don't, I understand why you don't want to give one of them up, but if you're not going to spend any money and you do everything by trade, you need to trade. We need more offense, not more defense. You can give up one of those starters for good players, or you should. That's what you should be doing. But
Of course, if you do that though, now you don't end up with Josh Naylor, so it's like, it probably worked out for the best for you guys.
yeah, that's true. But you could have just had Yoshida be a true DH. So.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have traded for a first baseman because you had a first baseman. So that was kind of the point I was getting at.
Oh, well, but what I'm saying is you could have just had Naylor play first base and Yoshida just play DH, not have
They
him
wouldn't
play
have
in the.
traded for Naylor is my point.
Oh yeah, because Tristan Casas is the first baseman. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here now. Sorry. Yeah.
The Red Sox also made a trade this week. They traded for Caleb Durbin and a couple other players from the Brewers for a
Hmm,
few pieces, including
nice.
David Hamilton. Not really sure what to make of it because Durbin was a rookie last year, and he was a decent rookie, but I don't know how he's going to play in Boston.
Oh, they must have saw something that they liked. So
He was a former Yankees prospect, so everybody likes that.
yeah.
And Zach Gallen is back with the Diamondbacks, signing basically a 1-year deal around the value of the qualifying offer, which he was offered and turned down.
Huh. Okay. So so he's signed with the Diamondbacks again? Yeah.
Yeah. So I
So
think
he
what
just
happened
probably got
was
like $1 million more or something.
about the same. This kind of happened last night, and I haven't had a chance to follow up what the exact value of the deal was. But my understanding was since he got the qualifying offer, teams probably didn't want to give up a draft pick for him because he was kind of coming from a down season.
Gotcha.
So I
So he
suppose
probably shopped himself around and then was like, "Oh, this was the best deal I could have gotten." So
well, his agent probably should have read the room a little better because normally this kind of thing doesn't happen.
yeah,
Like he should have if he thought the market was down, he really should have taken the offer earlier. But he's
yeah,
still probably back in the place you probably didn't want to be anyway.
yeah, that's true.
Now we got an interesting development here because we've had 3 players with Hamate Bone surgery issues already. You got
Huh.
Francisco Lindor, Jackson Holiday, and Corbin Carroll.
What's the Hamate bone?
Hamate bone is a wrist injury. It's actually very common in baseball, where like there's this tiny bone in the wrist, and it causes like it's supposedly causes power issues from the swing standpoint when they come back. There's like this
Hmm.
recovery from there, but a lot of guys get this surgery. Like Matt Olson had it. I think Trevor Story had it. I've it's a surprisingly common wrist injury that guys get, and they end up having to get surgery for it. Lindor is supposed to be back by the time the season starts. I don't know if I buy that or not because they're
Yeah,
saying Carroll's out for months, and they're saying Jackson Holiday's gonna be out for a while.
my phone auto corrected Hamlet to Hamlet.
Well, I believe it's a Japanese. I believe that's a Japanese word.
Okay, it's not Latin. I thought all the bones were Latin.
No, but I believe this one is refer. I think because I
Oh,
believe
it refers to the surgery. Got it. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the hamate bone is a wedge-shaped carpal bone in the wrist located at the palm side, medial to the capitate, supporting the middle and ring fingers.
Huh,
It's a
okay.
very, very small bone in the wrist, but it's an extremely common baseball injury.
Hmm. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a big old article in there. But usually it's from like getting hit by a pitch more, but it's something that I think where everybody's optimizing their swings now, and it's becoming a
Gotcha.
far more frequent injury to happen.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the 1 minute surgery explained. So after this.
So now we've got to now we got to try to rush through our division analysis here because we got to cover the NL East this year.
Yeah, it should be pretty easy.
And of course, we'll start with the Mets, who just uh, took that arm issue with Lindor because Lindor was already having like other surgeries done. I think he had like an elbow procedure done too,
Yep.
and he already wasn't going to play the WBC. But the Mets have made a lot of moves this year. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't
they're
know.
gonna be the team to beat in the East, I think. So
I don't know if it's going to be they're going to be better than they were last year. It's like a lot of the shuffling of the deck kind of things. I don't know if they necessarily got better or worse with some of the moves they made.
okay.
Especially now with Lindor being out, and Lindor is always a slow starter to begin with, and now he's going to be even slower out of the gate.
Yeah.
If he's going to be out for a little bit and miss time, would they possibly leave Bo Bichette at shortstop instead before moving into third?
Probably. I mean, one would assume that's probably it.
They've made a lot of moves. I think they're going to be a little better than they were last year, but I don't know. It's too soon to tell if any of the moves they made are really going to like change the long-term outcomes of this team.
Well, I
Because they
think they're going
lose,
to be better than the Braves, the Marlins, and the Nats. So,
I don't know. I think the Braves could be better if they stay healthy. It's
okay.
been half their problem. But we'll go to the Miami Marlins, who's basically their biggest free agent move is adding Pete Fairbanks.
Fairbank, dude, the best post game interview in baseball, in all of baseball, maybe ever. I don't know. So, the
I think
guy's
they're going to be
hilarious.
I think they're going to be better than they were last year, but I'm not expecting much out of the Marlins.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be exciting to see what pitching pro. They always have really good pitching prospects like the Mariners, so it'll be exciting to see who they bring up this year.
I mean, Yuri Perez came back from Tommy John surgery and middle of last year and started pitching like his old self. And Sandy Alcantara is he gonna come back and have a better season than he did his
He
first season?
started to turn it around at the end. It took him the whole entire season to really start feeling better. So I think that he's going to have a good year this next year. So
I think so too. And just the question is how long is he gonna be there because I believe, is gonna be a free agent in the next year or so.
okay,
And would they want to? They were on to probably move him last year, to be honest.
yeah, that makes sense. But he played so poorly.
They couldn't, and he does have a club option next year, so that is a little more enticing for a ball club if they want to trade for him.
Yeah, all right.
I just think it's a matter of time before they move on from him.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see how the other young guy that they traded plays in Chicago too. So
Yeah, or Cabrera,
yeah,
but they always seem to have another group of young pitchers down there in Miami to
yeah,
try
that's what
to.
I'm saying. Miami and the Mariners, they really do well with the young starters. So
Yeah, they had Zach Gallen at one point, and Jay traded him for Jazz.
yeah.
And the Nationals are another team of youngsters. They also they signed Miles Mikolas this week, another
Mm,
kind of small
okay.
move.
Oh, and Kyle Finnegan's on Detroit, right?
Yes, I think he stayed with Detroit after they traded for him last year.
Cool. Yeah, that he was another really good closer.
It's hard to say with the Nationals what they're doing because they got all of those pieces from the Juan Soto trade, but they haven't been able to really do much with them yet.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they've traded a lot of them away. They traded Mackenzie Gore away this year too. It's like they had their window after winning the World Series, and they just weren't able to do anything with it.
Yeah.
Now they got their window basically reset. They totally shifted the front office to a bunch of like youngsters, young whippersnappers in their 30s running the whole team. It's just they're starting over again at a time they should have been running to the playoffs with the assets they got from the Juan Soto trade, and this didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, I think Washington D.C. has a lot to focus on right now, too. So.
Well, I mean, the baseball team and politics are different animals there.
Yeah, but but the football team in politics are not for some
Oh,
reason.
okay,
So.
yeah. Well, I don't know if you talk about the football stadium and all that stuff. They keep wanting to build a new stadium on government ground, I guess, and they're getting involved with all of that.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's hilarious and depressing at the same time. So
Well, we'll talk about the Phillies next, who are likely still going to be the favorite in that division, even though I think
yeah,
they're slightly weaker than they were last year because Zach Wheeler, it's hard to say when he's going to be ready to pitch.
yeah. But maybe not starting and playing a shorter season will be better for him. So
Yeah, he had that thoracic surgery, although his wasn't as severe as the thoracic outlet surgery, which is like normally a career ender for a lot of guys. His,
yeah,
I think, was a little more of a nerve kind of or something clearing up related to like a blood clot, I think, and his wasn't as severe apparently as some of the other surgeries was. So he's expected to be back early in the season. I don't think he's going to be ready to start, but he might be available a month in.
Yeah, okay. I mean, might as well take his time since for whatever reason the Phillies just seem to run out of gas when it gets to the playoffs. So
It feels like their bats seem to run out of gas at the end, and more so than their pitchers. They seem to get
yeah,
good pitching.
yeah,
That's at least my view.
that's actually true. Yeah, yeah. So maybe those guys just need to be hurt for a little bit after the All-Star break and just take some time to rest. So
And the thing is, they don't really have a lot of differences in their lineup outside of getting rid of Castellanos and bringing in Adolis Garcia. It's pretty much the same crew of guys.
oh man, if Adolis can play well, that would be huge for the outfield.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Phillies.
actually, he doesn't even need to play well. He just needs to play better than Castellanos, which shouldn't be too hard to do. So
Well, I mean, I think Adolis Garcia was just outright cut by the Rangers. At this point, he's kind of fallen off hard.
yeah, and Nick was outright cut by the Phillies. So like I said, shouldn't be too hard for him to play better. So
Who do you think has a better season this year, Garcia or Castellanos?
um, where did Castellanos go to again?
The Tiger, no, not the Tigers, the Padres.
I think Castellanos in
I think
sunny San
Castellanos too.
Diego. Yeah, yeah,
I straight up think Castellanos is going to do much better this year.
yeah. And plus, Philly is a tough sports town. So if Adolis doesn't play well, like people will let him know too. So
Yeah, but I also don't think he's going to be under the same level of scrutiny as a lot of the other guys on the team.
I mean,
Like the
he won't
Harpers
be. He won't be, but not under a lot of scrutiny in Philadelphia is not the same as, I mean, it's like the same as being under scrutiny in several other sports towns. So,
Yeah, I just don't think people are going to be like looking at him if they screw up again. They're going to be looking at Bryce and Schwarber and
yeah,
Turner, all of
yeah,
those guys if they have another bad outcome in the playoffs.
yeah, it's pretty wild. I just cannot hit the ball in the playoffs. It's wild.
I love how Dombrowski is like Harper isn't an elite player anymore, and he's right, but Harper's like all angry about it.
Yeah, well, prove it in the playoffs next year, buddy. So,
Yeah, I mean the Nationals won without you, dude. They
yeah,
got rid of you when they were better.
yeah,
And the last team we have in the NL East is the Atlanta Braves, and really, this team just needs to stay healthy.
yeah.
There's
Well,
a
mine is
lot of
Ozuna
talent.
now, so
Yeah, they got rid of him, but they signed Yaz, and they'll find places to. I mean, Ozuna wasn't even playing for a good chunk of last year. He was on the bench a lot, and I imagine that they'll probably run the combination of Sean Murphy and Drake Baldwin when they're both healthy. They'll probably be putting them both in the lineup consistently. Either one is a DH or one is when they're catching.
gotcha.
I just think there's still a lot of pieces here. Schwellenbach got some kind of bad news this week, and he's gonna at least start the day that start the season on the 60-day IL with his elbow issues that he was dealing with from last year.
Okay.
So that's kind of
That's right. They
ominous.
have kind of a young pitching staff too. I still think the Mets are going to win that division, but we'll see what happens. So,
Really? You think the Mets are gonna win over the Phillies?
yeah, that's my Mets pick to click this year. To
All right. Well, we'll do our official division predictions as it gets a little closer to the season starting.
yeah,
There's still a lot of time for, even though we're getting to pitchers and catchers reporting, I think things are going a little earlier this year because of the WBC.
yeah, and the baseball season seems to be starting a little. I looked at opening day for the Mariners is March 26th. So,
Well, it typically starts around the end of March.
yeah, I thought it was more like 31st ish, but
Well,
I guess
it always
the way
comes
that the
down
week
to
works.
what day of the week it is, though.
Yeah,
Like it
that's true.
always starts like the last Thursday, typically in March. I think in the past few years that's been a little closer to the end of the month. but they're not really having a series this year where it's like they're starting 2 weeks early. So we get to finally draft like the week of baseball season starting, which is how it should be.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like I'm woefully underprepared because I have not done any mock drafts in like a couple weeks.
Dude, I'm not even doing a mock draft this year. I'm just winging it.
Well, I've got to just do a few mocks just to kind of get a feel for like the positional alignments and things to see who has eligibilities where, to see where the holes are and all
Yeah,
that
that
stuff.
makes sense.
I got my first draft I think in 3 weeks, like right
Hmm.
after I get back from visiting you guys up in Seattle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We've got the draft.
Yeah,
For
I might
the
draft all pitchers and then just try to scramble together everyone else. So
well, I mean, if anybody decided to ever do a trade in that league, it'd be a good time to do that with you if you had all the pitching.
that's true.
And
That's we'll see what happens. I haven't
you can do
decided
the
yet.
Angels draft.
Yeah, just draft all the Mariners and just see what happens. So.
All right. Well, do you have any fun facts for the week?
I do. Nick Cassiano played 407, excuse me, consecutive games without a single error.
Nice. And
That is
everybody said he
over.
was
That is
bad at defense.
over a year of baseball. So,
Over 2 years of baseball there, dude.
oh yeah, that's almost 3. Yeah,
No,
wow.
like two and a
Okay.
half there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got rid of him for not playing good defense. But I guess though, it wouldn't be considered an error if you were trying to run to the ball and it like went over your head by 4 feet.
Yeah, that's
Like
just
it wouldn't be an error
misjudging
because
it.
you didn't touch it.
Yeah, that's just
That's why Derek Jeter
misjudging
didn't
it.
have a lot of errors because he didn't have a lot of range.
Yeah, that's honestly, don't tell him that, but that's true. So I love him and Poppy's relationship on the sportscast that they do is absolutely awesome. You can tell that Poppy annoys A-Rod, but him and Jeter really get along well. So
Well, A-Rod and Jeter, A-Rod and Jeter hate each other, but A-Rod and
ah,
Poppy love each other. And I don't
perfect.
think Poppy
So
and Jeter hate
A-Rod
each
just
other.
gets so A-Rod just gets annoyed that Poppy loves Jeter too. So
I don't think it's that so much as just Poppy seems like a very fun and gregarious guy, and Jeter is just super stiff and
yeah.
boring, and he has this this idyllic image that he has to uphold, so he can't like wear the cowboy hat or anything like that. He can't have any fun because he's got to be a stiff Yankee. And on that note, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye now.